Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card reading is going to be messages and predictions for your month of September 2023. We're going to start off with the general overview of the month. So just looking at the main energies that you will be working with, significant changes and events coming up in the month. And then we are going to look at the specific areas of your life. So that will be your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and finally your spiritual and personal growth. There are 3 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is yellow hematoid quartz. Number 2 is pyrite with calcite. And number 3 is snow quartz. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the yellow hematoid quartz, this is going to be a reading all about your month of September 2023. So we are gonna start off by taking a look at these oracle cards to find out just the main energies of your month, the main themes, as well as significant events and changes that will be coming your way in September. So let's get right into it. We are starting off with sharing, and we have this really cute illustration. As you may have guessed, this card is all about opening up your heart and sharing with others in your life. This talks about sharing your true thoughts, your true feelings, sharing your experiences, and really just being open and honest and vulnerable with the people in your life. And this card even says the fact that you can do that is just a testament to how big your heart is, which is interesting because you guys were drawn to the stone that is shaped like a heart. So it looks like a big theme for you guys in the month of September is opening up. Now, this could be in general in your relationships, like you're just feeling more communicative with the people around you. You could be having some really beautiful heart-to-hearts with the people in your life, or just having really open and straightforward communication. Of course, this could be in a specific relationship, like if there's a specific person that you're wanting to open up to, this might be the month where you're able to really sit down with them and just share everything that's been on your mind. And I think when you open up, they in turn will do the same. So in September, you could be really making progress in a specific relationship, like really deepening your bond. Or like I said, overall, this could just be a month where you're really strengthening the bonds with your loved ones, like with your friends and family. So this is a really beautiful card to start off with. We also have, this is like creation or Genesis, and this is the goddess Dana. It's written as Dana. I'm not sure if in English it's written as like D-A-N-A or maybe D-U-N-A, but this is a goddess who is appearing on your card, 222 as I'm holding this up, and this is also number 22. I actually want to see if I can figure out the proper name of this goddess. I'm just looking up on my phone right now. Okay, so this is, I believe it's, I don't know if you can see, Danu, Great Mother. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please, if you're familiar with this deity, please feel free to correct me. I believe it is the Great Mother, and this is a Celtic goddess. So this might be someone who is with you in the month of September, or perhaps you already have a connection to this deity. She is the goddess of growth, abundance, cultivation, fertility. Beautiful. Similar to Empress energy, and I would say as well with all these number 2s, similar to the High Priestess energy. Divine feminine energy essentially is the energy that you are in, and this is also an energy of receptivity, which is really beautiful given the sharing energy that we just pulled out. You're open to sharing from yourself, but you're also open to receiving. And I think this is confirming that when you soften up, when you're vulnerable, when you open up to others, they will be reflecting that energy back to you. Intimacy, I think, is also a theme of September for you guys. Like allowing people to see your innermost parts, and then also getting to see into others' innermost parts, and just feeling really close to the people around you, or feeling really close to your specific person. You're in an energy of receptivity, and with this message of creation in Genesis, this could also be a message for your manifestation practices. September is a month of receiving for you. I'm hearing it's a month of reaping for you. So you've put in the hard work, you've set your intentions. Now it is time to sit back and receive, to let the universe return all of that beautiful energy to you. What else do we have? We have massage with the keyword ease. The trigger statement is, I have to make this work. The true statement is, I am at ease with life. You need to ease your grip on life so that it can lead the way. There is an outcome brighter than you can imagine. So again, this is a month of letting go and receiving for my group number ones. And this card is really radiating. Like the High Priestess and Empress are both very good at this. They know the abundance that is coming to them, and they're very good at not chasing, not stressing, not forcing anything, and just sitting tight and knowing that whatever is meant for them will come to them. This is a month of really just allowing, of really just letting things come to you and trusting. This is a month of receiving and a month of reaping your rewards, of harvest. Yep, that's like so clearly the theme for you guys this month. I think, with ease here, it is going to be a relatively easy month for you guys. And I think you have worked very hard leading up to the month of September, but now it's just time to sit back and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Quite simply, and enjoy your relationships, definitely. Even with all these number twos repeating, that is a beautiful sign of partnerships, of unions. So definitely you are blessed in the relationship department this month as well. So let's take a look at our Moonology cards for some additional messages. Yeah. Yep. Surrender. Again, surrender, let go, receive. Surrender to the divine with the full moon. And then we also... Yep, it could not be more clear for this group. Surrender to the divine, luck is on your side. Ease your grip on life so that it can lead the way. This is a month of just letting things happen for you. Like, we're not forcing anything. We're not really working super hard this month. It is just coming. It's just coming easily and naturally and effortlessly to us. So I want to also see when these moons are happening in the month of September, because these could be important times for you. So I'm going to open my moon app. Okay, September. The full moon in September, I believe, will be happening like at the very end of the month. Yes, on the 29th of September will be the full moon. So that could be an important date. And also when the moon is in Sagittarius. So that is the 20th to the 23rd of September. We also have the 22nd here, so, which is, I realize, in that window. So the 20th to the 23rd of September could be an important or lucky time for you, as well as the 29th. And then 48 is not a date, but if we reduce this, it could be referring to the 12th of September, as well as the 4th and the 8th. That is a lot of dates, but maybe one of them is ringing a bell for you. Second as well with these twos. So please feel free to claim any and all of those dates as significant or lucky for you. There could also be a Sagittarius person who is going to play a significant role in your month of September. And also, I know this is very literal, but you could be getting a massage this month, or you are encouraged to get a massage and just relax. Relaxation is also a theme of this month. Like, you're not stressing, you're not sweating stuff because you know that the universe is on your side. You know that it's okay to just let your guard down and surrender, and that everything is going to be working out in your favor. So next, we are going to take a look at our tea leaf cards to see any other specific events or things that you should know about this month. We have Shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. So looks like we have to take care of our finances this month. We have Older Woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. And Broken Ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. I think that I'll interpret this as just more a general, like parting ways with someone. Interesting. And it could be an older woman, like an older, maybe your boss is an older woman or an older female family member, or maybe you're the older woman in this situation. But it's interesting that we have like, there's a parting of ways with someone, or you're being encouraged to part ways with someone, and you're also being warned about a loss of material wealth. So there's maybe a partnership that you're currently in that is not the best for your financial situation, could even be draining you financially, or you're being warned about an offer that will come in the month of September and saying like, be careful, really think before you take this offer. It might not be the best thing for you money-wise. It's like if you partner up with the wrong person or with the wrong organization, you could either lose money or just not make as much money as you could have. And maybe this is weirdly specific, but some of you might have an older woman who is like draining your finances, or who is stopping you from making as much money as you could, or like stopping you from getting the opportunities that you could get, and we need to like end the relationship. Of course, this could be anyone. It could even be like a group of people. But yeah, like someone is stopping your bag, or someone will try to in September, and we have to be careful. Interesting. Yeah, if any offers are coming your way, just be really careful that you understand all of the implications, that's the word, all of the implications of it. Yeah. Okay, so this is the end of your general overview section of the reading. I want to move these over here. I feel like they're usually on this side. Okay, so now we're going to move into the specific areas of your life. As you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love, life, and relationships, your career and studies, and finally your spiritual and personal growth. So let's get started with your love, life, and relationships. And we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, this message is coming out over and over for you guys, group number one. Like, this is so often a card that I will interpret as a heart to heart. Like, you're opening up with someone, you're having honest communication, you're having a heart to heart. Like, this is just so clear. And I guess the fact that it's coming up so much, it's probably a really significant relationship or a really significant event where you're getting closer. Perhaps you've been waiting for this for quite some time, or you've been really feeling like this needs to happen. Six of Swords means things are getting better. Things are becoming more peaceful, more harmonious. We also have protection. And I really like that this card is coming out, because sometimes I've seen in comments like on YouTube or on Instagram that some people are afraid or concerned when the Six of Swords comes out, because it can have a meaning about moving on. I personally see it more as just like moving away from stresses, moving away from turbulence, and moving more into a peaceful situation. But sometimes when the Six of Swords appears, especially in a relationship reading, people are like, oh my God, does that mean like I have to leave a relationship, or like a relationship is coming to an end? But with this protection here, you know, in these two locks that are stuck together, what I can definitely tell you guys, group number one, is that there will be no endings that like you don't want to happen. You know, if you're like, no, I really want to keep this person in my life, I really care about this person, like there's no unhappy relationship endings in the month of September. If anything, there could be a reunion, or kind of interesting wording, but I'm hearing like a relationship could be saved. So maybe if you were in a relationship that was kind of turbulent, but you really wanted to make it work, that relationship is going to be moving into a place of security in September. I'm kind of thinking of the example that's coming to my mind is a couple that had like a breakup scare, or just things weren't going well for them. But when they were just super honest and talked everything through, now they're even better than before. Like they're even stronger and tighter than before they had this fight or before things blew up. Like repairing a relationship that you're even stronger than before. I feel like this is the vibe with these two cards. So it could be like in a romantic situation, in a friendship, in a family situation. Of course, this could be any type of relationship, but I think really the key to becoming stronger than ever before and moving away from all the stress and just all the BS is this. It's the sharing, it's the vulnerability, the open and honest communication. This card also talks about you being flexible or adaptable. So you may really be called to suspend your own judgments and suspend your own ego and just really hear the other person out and show them compassion and understanding. But yeah, again, I sound like a broken record, but this is a heart-to-heart. This is improved communication, moving on to a more peaceful and harmonious situation with your loved ones or with a specific person who is important to you. And your spiritual team wants you to know that all of your dearest relationships are protected. Now, I don't know what this situation is. This is like a warning message regarding like your financial situation. So we might be like ending a business partnership or setting boundaries with someone in our personal life, like that has to do with money. I think this is just kind of like an exception, but who knows, maybe setting money boundaries with someone is going to make you closer. I don't know, but anyway, I can see that open communication is going to bring you closer to those who are important to you, and that's a big theme for this month. So let's take a look now at your cards for career and studies. We have the Queen of Swords. And then we have hunger. Interesting. We spoke about Sagittarius people being significant. We also have Aquarius energy here and air sign energy in general, which is Aquarius again, as well as Gemini and Libra. So with this Queen of Swords here, and it's interesting because Queen of Swords can talk about an older woman. And we saw that maybe like there's an older woman affecting your financial situation. Is someone like siphoning money from you or like draining your money? Because this is very specific. Like just looking at this hunger card, it looks like a void. It looks like a hole that things are getting sucked into, and it's like insatiable. You guys might want to check your recent payments or check your bank account. Like there might be money coming out that you don't realize, or like a payment you were supposed to get that you just never got. I've done this before where I wasn't like on track with my payments, and then there was a payment from months ago that just like never came through. Eventually it did, but just check on that. Like you guys might be missing some money, like with this hole and this shark telling you to take care. And actually with this Queen of Swords, you know, she's a little bit tough, and she's very blunt and straight to the point. This may not necessarily be career related, but if someone owes you money, you might have to just be very blunt with them. Like the Queen of Swords doesn't mess around, you know? So rather than being like, oh, hey, I was just checking on that payment, but like no rush, no pressure, the Queen of Swords will just be like, hey, Donna, like you were supposed to pay me on July 18th and where's the money? Like just very, very straightforward. You might need to send some emails like a man, you know, like no smiley faces, no exclamation points, like no unnecessary text, just like, hello, Roger, where is my money? Signed group 1. Very straight to the point. Yeah, this group, like you might be entitled to some money like in your job that you don't know about, or like there's something you're entitled to that is being withheld, and you either don't realize or you've just been like lenient about it. Maybe you're afraid of confrontation, or maybe you like feel for the person, but the Queen of Swords is like, no BS, okay? Like we got to get what we're owed. We got to be a little bit more assertive with matters of money, or more assertive in the workplace to really get what we deserve. So you could be dealing with an authority figure, like a confrontation with an authority figure this month. Alternatively, this Queen of Swords could, I think it does represent you. You could be really stepping into your power this month in your career. You could be stepping into a position of leadership, promoted into a higher position, you know, because she's the queen. She's in like the highest position possible. I also think that the month of September will be challenging in a good way. Like you will be mentally stimulated, you will be engaged, you will feel like your skills and your intellectual capacities are really being utilized. Yeah, I think that the month of September in your career or studies is going to be challenging, interesting, stimulating. And you're really going to feel confident in your intelligence, in your, what do you call it, cognitive, cerebral abilities, just really feeling good about yourself in that regard. And of course, feeling empowered and assertive. You're just really in a badass energy in your career and studies this month. What I can say, you know, with this hunger and Queen of Swords, I definitely think you guys have a lot of ambition. You're very ambitious people, very hardworking, and very capable. And especially with this Sagittarius energy, maybe you guys have some Sag placements, but it feels like you're always striving for the top or striving for more and more and more. And I think this ambition is a beautiful quality, but just given the fact that we've seen so many messages about, you know, relaxing and receiving, and this hunger card, which kind of comes through as like a bottomless pit. Excuse the water running, someone's probably using a sink. There could be a part of you that it's like, it's never enough. You know, no matter how well I perform, it's never enough. No matter how much I succeed, it's never enough. Again, like ambition and striving for greater heights is a beautiful trait, but in the extreme, it can lead to this feeling of nothing is ever enough. And you could be professionally or academically like chasing. And this is not necessarily about stop striving, stop working hard, but just reminding yourself to take a moment and appreciate how far you've come and be proud of yourself, and also, you know, enjoy the fruits of your labor. In your financial goals, for example, it's not always about make more, save. Sometimes we have to spend that money and treat ourselves and like freaking, you know, enjoy the hard-earned money that we've worked for. Enjoy the fruits of our labor, because at the end of the day, that's what it's really for. It's for enriching your life. It's for making you happy. It's for making you more comfortable. So I definitely don't want to tell you to like stop having this hunger, but just to bring that balance. You know, I'm striving for more, but I'm already enough in my current version, and I can be proud of what I've already accomplished, and I can enjoy the wealth that I've already created for myself. Okay, and finally, we have your cards for spiritual and personal growth. Looky here, we have the Empress, more divine feminine energy. There is a lot of divine feminine energy, eh? Like we had our beautiful goddess here who is giving off high priestess and empress vibes. We have a queen, we have the Empress, we have a woman here. There's lots of feminine energy coming through for this group, and abundance energy as well. And again, the energy of receiving. And then, oh my gosh, comfort. Yep. It's all about the balance of like being comfortable and being content with what you already have while also striving for more. And I guess the difference is really that your abundance and your happiness is not the destination. It's something that you're embodying the whole while. It's something that you're taking with you throughout your whole journey. Allowing yourself to relax and allowing yourself to be comfortable. I think this is also about providing yourself with the same generosity and the same nurturing that you provide to others. Like just turning that right back to yourself. That's something that you'll be working on this month as well. And that it's like the message that's coming through is it's okay to be comfortable. It's okay to live a comfortable life. It's okay to enjoy your comforts. And it's even okay to spend some time in your comfort zone. You know, like pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone for a specific purpose or for a definite amount of time, that can help us grow. But that's not the perpetual state that we have to live in. If this is your comfort zone and you push yourself a little bit outside of it, then your comfort zone grows and you are very much allowed to spend time in there. You're very much allowed to sit in there and live in there. This zone doesn't have to be constantly growing and constantly challenged. And again, it's kind of that message of we don't always have to be go, go, go. We don't always have to be growing. Like we definitely don't want to crush that ambitious spirit of yours and that, you know, striving for growth. That's a beautiful thing. But it's like to constantly be in that energy is not sustainable. We're making a more bigger, beautiful comfort zone so that we can be comfortable in it. That's the whole reason you challenge yourself to do uncomfortable things so that you can become comfortable in them. Like comfort really is the end goal. Discomfort is not the end goal. It's basically a means to an end. Like if someone was really uncomfortable, like speaking in front of large groups, yes, they're gonna do that and push outside of their comfort zone, but the end goal is to be comfortable speaking in front of large groups. And then they should be allowed to sit and enjoy that comfort that they worked so hard for without being like, okay, how am I going to make myself uncomfortable next? So anyway, I hope that that makes sense. Enjoy where you are. Enjoy what you currently have. Remind yourself that like comfort and contentment and peace, that is the goal. That is the end goal. That's where we want to end up. And you can access this energy at any time, at any point in your life. Okay, so I'm spacing out a little bit. I really hope that that made sense. Like, I think I'm confusing myself because it's simultaneously where you're getting to, but it's also simultaneously where you already are. It's something that you can always be. This abundance. It's who you are and it's also where you're going. Oh man, I really hope that that makes sense. But anyway, group number 1, these are all the messages I have for you for your month of September. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and also choose the topics for future videos. I'm also going to link my music channel, including my latest release, The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video is an original song, so that's over on my music channel and my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. So all of that's going to be linked down below for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything that I do. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much for being here, group number ones. I am sending lots of love to you, to anyone who is playing a role in your month of September. And I'm sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, our goddess Dana, and your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the Pyrite with Calcite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of September 2023. So we're going to start off by just taking a general look at your month. So we will look at the main energies and the main themes of your month of September, as well as significant events and changes that will be coming your way. So let's get right into it. We are starting off with education. Interesting. So the month of September, first of all, could bring a significant change or a significant opportunity in your educational path. I know in some countries, September is like the start of the school year. So maybe for some of you that makes a lot of sense and you already knew this. Or it could be like the start of a new semester. You could be getting some exciting news about your educational path. Of course, this doesn't have to be through like a school or a formal institution. It could just be on your own that you decide in the month of September you want to start learning a new skill or take a course or get tutoring or learn a language or whatever it might be. I just noticed this little being on the card is playing the flute. So maybe some of you will be taking up an instrument or like starting a new hobby. There's so many different ways that you can learn and educate yourself. So I think that's what this card is really talking about. And actually, the translation of this card is really sweet. Like, it's saying that you are learning at all times and you're learning from all different things, and it's so beautiful, you know, the way you grow through your day-to-day life just by paying attention to what you notice and paying attention to the little things that move you. So I think this card is also talking about you learning about yourself and getting better acquainted with yourself. It's interesting, we have the number 13 here. This is a number that is associated with the death card in tarot, and just combining that with the meaning of this card, there could be a message about not only learning more about yourself, but kind of reinventing yourself, like getting in touch with yourself and figuring out who is the next version of me that I want to become. So yeah, I think this can be like you learning things in the outside world, but also a more like internal kind of learning. Really beautiful card to start off with. So let's take a look at our next card. We have, ooh, this is Aphrodite. So this could be a deity who is with you, who is working with you, who is helping you. Many of you guys could be learning like some form of art or some way of expressing yourself creatively, or you could be getting back into it this month. And oh my gosh, the keyword on this card is literally new life. So we just had that symbolism of like death and reinventing yourself, and now we have new life. Yeah, there's something about this month for you guys that feels like a fresh start, that feels like an opportunity to explore a new version of you. I also think the number 4 could be significant for this group because we have the number 13 here, which reduces to 4, and then we also have the number 40, which reduces to 4. And the number 4 makes me think of cycles, like you're entering a new cycle of your life. It also makes me think of you being on the right path. You are learning, you are enriching your life. This is giving me Venus energy and 9th house energy. Maybe some of you actually have Venus in the 9th house, or like Venus in Sagittarius, or maybe you have Libra or Taurus in the 9th house, or you know someone with those placements. I'm sorry, I just spit out a lot, but I wanted to mention those. Wow. Okay, next we have Ginger. I am going to take this very literally because I did it for group number 1, but your body could be craving ginger if you like it, of course. I know it's very healthy food, or the name ginger could be significant, like you know someone named Ginger, a human or an animal, or someone with ginger hair, like red hair could be significant this month. The keyword for this card is will, and the trigger statement is I am a victim. The true statement is I am powerful beyond measure. You are strong and capable. With gratitude, optimism, and action, manifest the life you desire. Wow. So, you know, we've spoken about how broad this education card is. I think for some of you, this can be as lighthearted and casual as like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, learn a new skill. I'm gonna pursue a new hobby, you know, just for me, just for fun. For others of you, this choice to like further your education or start a new path in your education, it actually is like a very big deal for you, and it feels like a very big turning point in your life. Some of you are really taking your power back and manifesting your dream life by like going back to school, or by taking it in your own hands to learn the skills that you need, or maybe ending a certain educational path is a way that you're empowering yourself. Wow. But what you're doing this month, again, it's really helping you step into a new version of yourself, a new and more powerful version of yourself. And I think that you're going to see this month like how strong your willpower is and how far it can take you. Many of you may be on a journey where you really have to motivate yourself. Like there's not someone holding your hand and nudging you like, hey, you have to get this done. An example that I'm thinking of is, you know, in elementary school, in high school, our teachers are very on our backs, right? They're like, hey, remember that thing is due tomorrow. Where's your assignment? You need to hand it in. And then when you get into university, the teachers don't really follow you like that. You know, they're like, this is your assignment. Whether you do it or not, that's not my problem. And suddenly you have more responsibility to govern yourself and to motivate yourself. Like no one's going to be checking on you like, hey, we're 2 weeks out, how's the assignment going? So it could be something like that you guys are going through, where it's like you have to take it in your own hands to motivate yourself and get stuff done. Or you could just fully be self-taught or self-made. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at these. Oh, there's a glare on Aphrodite. My apologies. Okay, we're going to take a look at these Moonology cards for our next messages. Okay, we have the answers you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini. And we have meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces. Interesting cards to come out together. When you are in meditation, when you are in a reflective state, you will get the answers that you need. And I feel like both of these twins are representing you, but we see the transition from being asleep to being awake. So this card really feels like you getting clarity on something, you getting the answers that you need. And those are really coming from you. And I love that. It ties back into you just being very powerful and you taking matters into your own hands this month. I have all the answers I need. I have the key to my own success, to my own happiness. If there is a decision you have been struggling with, or just a decision that you have to make, or you know, trying to figure out what the next step is for you, these cards seem to be suggesting that these answers will come to you in a meditative state. That doesn't mean like don't ask for advice, don't do research. Definitely do that if you feel called to. But it's kind of like all of that information you absorbed, it's when you're in a meditative state that it will really click for you. That everything you took in, you'll start to process, and your brain will spit out the answer for you when you're in this state. And I actually even want to add to this, because it is Pisces energy, that answers could also come to you in a sleeping state. Yeah, but they will come from your subconscious. they will come from your inner voice. There's also a message for some of you. If you are waiting for a reply from someone, if you are waiting to hear back from someone, whether this is an individual person or an organization, I do think in the month of September you will be hearing from them. But I kind of feel like with this card, it's saying don't respond immediately. Because there's probably, whatever they're going to say to you, there's kind of layers to it, or there's a lot of things to think about. So kind of meditate on their message that they send to you and really think about it and think about what you want to do, rather than just, immediately or reactively responding. We do have Gemini and Pisces energy here, so you could have these placements, or someone with Gemini or Pisces placements could be playing a significant role for you in the month of September. It could also be like both of these signs are mutable, so they could be symbolic for change coming in your life. And also this is about you being adaptable. The answers you need are coming, but it might not be the answer you expected. The message you receive, the message that you're waiting for, it might not be what you expected. So give yourself time to think about it. But we're definitely getting clarity in September, clarity about how to move forward. And this is going to bring great change to your life. So the last thing I want to do, I want to see when, oh my gosh, 11/11, like right when I said big changes coming to your life, the camera timer was at 11/11. So I just want to see when the moon will be in these signs, because that could be important dates for your month. So actually September is starting right off with the moon in Pisces. Like literally on the 1st of September, we're going to have the moon in Pisces. So the very first of the month could be significant. And the 4th as well, because the number 4 came up a lot. We have the 13th here. And then when is the moon in Gemini? The moon is in Gemini from September 6th to 8th. Yeah, so the 1st, the 4th, and then the 6th to the 8th. That is basically like the first week of September. Yeah. First week of September could be a significant time for this group, or it could be a lucky time for you. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna look at is your tea leaf cards. Wow, the camera really wants to focus on these faces. Like ever since I pulled out the card and held it up, the camera just keeps looking at it. And then even when I put it down, it's just focusing on these two faces. Okay, so tea leaf cards. These are going to represent other specific events of the month, things to look out for, things that you should know. We have haystack with the message karma, you will reap what you have sown. We have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. And happiness, beautiful. Okay, so we basically have this haystack card that is promising to you that you will reap what you have sown, that your efforts will pay off. And it's interesting too, like this increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. I'm really reading this as a promise to you that this month, the effort that you put in to your goals is going to be exactly what you get out of it. Basically, the universe is going to equally match whatever efforts you put in. And so this gives you a sense of predictability. You know, if I decide to put in more work, if I decide to work harder, then I'm going to get more payoff. You know, it's not really this guessing game of like, I'm just going to work as hard as I can and hope for the best. You really get to decide, you know, the more time I spend studying, the better I'm going to do on this test. The more I put into this skill and the more I practice, the better I'm going to be. The more I work, the more money I'm going to make. It's very just like equal and very predictable. And maybe that sounds super common sense, but it is not always that way. Sometimes our progress is very unstable and up and down, and sometimes we work our butt off and nothing happens, and then other times we do nothing and everything happens. Sometimes it's very all over the place. And so I think that this is just saying like your progress in the month of September and the rewards of your labor is very much under your control and very predictable, and you choose, you know, how much you want to progress. You choose how much results you want to make. It's up to you. And I think this is going to be something that makes you very happy, of course, because you feel like in control of your future and in control of your destiny. So that's a beautiful message. Okay, so this concludes the general overview part of your reading. So we're going to move on now to the specific areas of your life. As you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and finally your spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off with your love and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the Page of Swords. And for your oracle card, we have energy. Ooh. Okay, so some of you guys could be dealing with a significant air sign this month, which is Gemini, like we just mentioned. I think we've also even already mentioned Libra at some point in this reading, but air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So you could be dealing with a significant air sign in your life, or a new person could be coming into your life who is an air sign. And there is a confirmation. I think this is just a message for some of you, but there's a confirmation. If you cannot stop thinking about someone, or if you keep dreaming about someone, it is because they are pulling on your energy. It's because they are, I want to say obsessively, okay? For some of you, like someone is obsessed with you and someone is thinking about you a lot. And then this is causing thoughts of them to pop up on your end. And it's causing you to dream about them because they are so heavily pulling on your energy. Hopefully this is a welcome experience for you. Like hopefully this is someone you like and you enjoy thinking about them and dreaming about them. Because if this was someone that you're not interested in or someone that you don't like, I can imagine that would be quite frustrating. Like, why do I keep dreaming about this person? Holy crap. But yes, for those of you who are wondering what was going on, like, why can't I get this person out of my head? Why do I keep dreaming about them? It's because they're the ones who are thinking about you so much and they're pulling on your energy. Also, I want to confirm if you have been seeing signs about someone in your life, they are seeing those signs too, because this really tells me that your energy is connected. The Page of Swords, it is a card of communication, but more specifically, well, sometimes I do see it as psychic communication, telepathic communication, downloads, and just especially in this context. So yeah, confirming to you guys, if you're seeing signs of them, they're seeing signs of you. If you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you. You guys get the picture. It's like your energy is tethered together. And that also, you could very well be experiencing a telepathic connection with a specific person. Just in case you needed that confirmation, it's definitely here. Now, for the rest of you who are not having these experiences, I do think what these cards are indicating is that you will be talking with someone in the month of September. You will be in frequent communication with someone. The way it came to me is like a talking stage. So this could be like a romantic situation where you're vibing with someone and you're in that talking stage and you're messaging back and forth a lot. Or it could even be like you're going back and forth with a school, you're going back and forth with a company, and you're still in the early stages. You're still in the talking back and forth stages, like getting to know each other, or yeah, just in the talking stage. I do think for a lot of you, this is like in your personal life, like there's someone that you're talking to. And with this energy, I'm really interpreting this as like you guys are vibing, like there's chemistry, there's perhaps sparks between the two of you if this is a romantic connection. And as you keep communicating with each other, this energy is growing and growing. And if you're not experiencing this yet, I do think you'll start to experience like a psychic connection, basically dreaming of each other, seeing signs of each other, telepathic communication with each other, because it's like the more you talk, the more you're on each other's mind, the more you're on each other's mind, the more you will be like generating these psychic experiences. If you are currently in the talking stage with someone, I do think that that is going to continue through to the month of September. I feel like in the 3D, your relationship is not necessarily growing, but the energy surrounding it is growing, because things always happen energetically first before they happen in the 3D. So if you're in a connection with someone right now, you may not see it growing in the 3D in the month of September, but energetically you will feel it growing. Like you are getting closer in the 5D, and then like it's only a matter of time until that reflects in your 3D experience as well. Okay, so next we are going to take a look at your cards for your career and studies. We have the 9 of Swords, more air energy. Group 1 had a lot of air energy as well. Interesting. And then we have love. Wow, quite opposite energies, because the 9 of Swords is very, it's like we're worried, we're stressed, we're having negative thoughts. Yeah, it's like some of you guys are stressing out about your career or stressing out about your studies. This can be interpreted in many different ways. For some of you, this could be indicating that you are feeling out of alignment because you're not doing something that you love. And maybe that's like the reinvention and taking things into your own hands that we saw previously in the reading. It's like you're realizing, I don't love what I'm doing. I'm not passionate about what I'm doing, and realizing that something needs to change. Another interpretation of this is that you are doing what you love, but because you love it, you feel more pressure. Because you love it, you care so much about doing a good job, and you care so much about having a good future in this field or in this path that maybe you're kind of overthinking it. It's like stressing you out. An example, I can compare this to like when you're talking to someone that you have zero interest in, you simply do not care how you're coming across, versus when you're talking to your crush, because you care so much about them, you get super nervous and you start to overthink everything you say. So it could be something like that for this group. Like there's something that you care about so much that it's making you worried and it's making you nervous. I mean, I probably should have given a career example for this, but it's like going to a job interview that you do not give a shit if you get the job, versus going to the interview of your dream job. You're going to be like, holy crap. I think that's just kind of human nature. Like the more we care, the more we start to freak out. And it's really counterproductive, you know? Like, and I've heard so many stories of people struggling with this. I don't even remember who this was, but there was an actor who they were saying that they got an audition and they really wanted the part, and they were nervous as crap. So when they went into the audition, they had to convince themselves, like just lie to themselves that they don't care. Like, I don't give a crap about this part, so that they could just be relaxed and be more natural. So it's like sometimes caring so much can actually be counterproductive. So if you're going after something that you really love, you may have to consciously work on detaching from the outcome, or detaching from that desperate feeling. This could even be foreshadowing for some of you that you will get an interview at your dream job or at your dream school, or like you'll get an opportunity to show off your talents, and you'll be very nervous about it. And yeah, you'll just have to convince yourself like, this is not a big deal, I don't care, just so that you can get through that screening process. Now, a whole other interpretation that's coming up now is that some of you will just actually be overthinking about your love life or overthinking about your person of interest such that it's affecting your work, or like you can't focus on your work. I can use myself as an example. There was this one time where I was kind of arguing with my partner, and then he stopped responding, and it was like, I get really, really anxious in situations like that. He just like wasn't responding all day, and I could not pay attention at school because I was so freaking worried. And everything ended up being fine. Like when he did reply, like everything was fine. But in that silence, my brain assumed the worst. I was like, oh my God, he hates me. Because you know how the brain is. It likes to really blow things out of proportion. So you could be stressing. Maybe you're stressing about this person that you're in a talking stage with, or stressing about the dream you had about this person, or just like overthinking it a lot to the point that you're becoming spacey at work, or like dropping the ball in your studies. And you know, it doesn't have to be like this. You can take this as a heads up message. But I think in short, overthinking and caring too much about things is only going to get in the way in your career and studies. So, you know, whether you can genuinely talk yourself down from caring too much, or you just have to lie to yourself and pretend you don't care. Like, we're gonna have to detach from our strong emotions in some way to move forward in our career and studies this month. Oh my gosh, and this is Gemini energy again. Heavy Gemini energy, or perhaps twin energy for some of you. Okay, so finally, we are gonna take a look at your cards for spiritual and personal growth. For your tarot card, we have the Four of Cups. Finally, some different energy. This is Cancer, more specifically the moon in Cancer. And then we have anger. Wow, and the way they came out too, you know, the Four of Cups is about something you are not seeing, or something you are turning a blind eye to. And then even the way they came out, you can see the Four of Cups person is turning her back on this anger card. Like, she either doesn't notice it's there, or she's refusing to look at it. So this is a very interesting message to come up in your personal growth. I think that this is a message of healing for you guys, that you are harboring anger inside of you, that you don't realize it's there, or you have invalidated it, you have suppressed it, or maybe you just haven't had time to get around and feel this anger. But your next step in your healing journey is feeling this anger. Why aren't you looking at this anger? Well, I think sometimes we default to just blindly having compassion for others, or giving people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like someone wronged you. And honestly, like, emotions can lie dormant for years. So this could be something in your recent past. It could be something that happened like literally 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But there is an anger towards someone who has wronged you that I feel like you have not really allowed yourself to feel, or you've not really processed it. And I don't know what the reason is for it. With Cancer here, you know, this Cancer energy, it could be a family member, it could be someone you really, really cared about. And so maybe there's a part of you that is trying to protect them from their own, I want to say their own heinous actions, or like their own bad actions, trying to protect them from the consequences of their own actions, or protect yourself from the pain it would be to be angry at this person. Or maybe you felt like you don't have a right to be upset, or like you don't deserve to be angry. Especially if you're used to others minimizing your emotions, or you're used to minimizing your own emotions. There might just be a part of you that has consistently been like, it's not a big deal, just get over it, or tries to make excuses for the person. They didn't mean it that way. They were, you know, hurt people. They were going through something too, or like it was a long time ago. Just trying to get yourself to get over it, which you definitely should get over your pain eventually, but you have to feel it first. You can't just ignore it and be like, that didn't happen, that wasn't a big deal, I'm fine, I'm not mad. I've definitely done stuff like this myself, because there's this weird thing where by default the other person is right and I'm wrong. So like if I'm feeling angry, it's probably a me problem. Anyway, I think it's just, there's a step that has come in your personal growth journey to feel anger, because anger is really, it's a reaction to something you love being threatened, and that something you love is you. Something in you felt threatened by someone's actions, and when you show anger, you're really showing love towards yourself. You're really showing protection towards yourself. And those feelings of anger are very valid. So I think we need to sit with them. At some point in this month, we have to release that emotion and find an outlet for it. But the first step is looking at it. Oh wow, and there's even an eye on this anger card. Like the first step is turning our head and looking at it. Okay, so those are all the messages. My ring fell off. Those are interesting. It's a snake ring. Like maybe there was some betrayal or sneakiness that went on and you're still feeling angry about that, which is very, very valid. And again, my camera's focusing on these, like these two faces, these two twins. It could also just be, I mean, I guess the anger doesn't have to be directed at anyone. It could even just be frustration with the universe, or like frustration with life that just wants to come out. But yes, those are all the messages for my group number 2. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can access dozens of timeless pick a card readings and also decide the topic for future readings. I'll have my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song, and I'll also link my latest release. And then finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. All of that is going to be linked down below. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, anything I do. I'm truly grateful to have you here, group number 2s. I am sending lots of love to you, to anyone who is playing a role in your month of September. Oh my gosh, still focusing on these two guys. And I'm also sending love to your higher self, to the lovely goddess Aphrodite who appeared in your reading, to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the snow quartz, this is going to be a reading all about your month of September 2023. We're going to start off by taking a look at the overall energies and the main themes of your month, as well as significant events and changes that will be coming your way. And so we're going to do that with these oracle cards right here, and let's just get right into it. So for my group number 3s, we are starting off with freedom. Beautiful message. So you are being freed from something in the month of September, or you are attaining some kind of freedom. I think that this could be you getting out of a situation that you don't like anymore, attaining financial freedom, freedom in your schedule, more independence. You get to do whatever you want, whenever you want. This could also be something internal, like you are free from an insecurity, you're free from fears, worries, anxiety. This is like an all-encompassing freedom, but that is the theme for you in the month of September. If we translate this little passage here, it says that your life is now completely up to you. You are completely free. You are free from old ways of thinking, and now you're going to start to live how you truly want to live. This is roughly translated, but it also says that you'll be living in a more light-hearted way. So something that was really holding you down or something that was really weighing on you, you could be free from that as well. We have the number 20, which is the number of the Judgment card in tarot. Maybe this is a little bit more of a specific message for some of you, but for those of you who had like a legal case or like legal issues that were going on for a very long time, perhaps there's finally going to be a verdict in your favor. So that thing that was like weighing over your head, you're free from that. Or like if you were waiting for some kind of result, like about a job or test result about your health or something like that, and you were really, really nervous, it could also be that getting that news is going to free you from those worries. Like, whew, this thing that was just like hanging over me all the time is finally gone. It's like a sigh of relief, and now I can just live my life more lightheartedly, and I can just do what I want without having to worry. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways I can interpret this, but freedom is like the big keyword for your month ahead. We also have the vibration of love, and this is the Virgin Mary. This is just really making me think of divine protection. You have so much divine support. You have so much angelic protection and guidance with you, and I truly feel like they have delivered you to this freedom. Interesting how we have the number like 20 and 13 put together. It's making me think of the year 2013. So maybe that's a significant year for some of you guys. Like something was literally going on for 10 years and now you're free from it. There is just a message that came through, and I really, really hope that this is not the case for most of you, but we could be freeing ourselves from like an abusive situation. Like, or getting out of a toxic situation, something that was not good for us. But you're free now, and love is being restored to your life. We also have juniper berry with the keyword projection. The trigger statement is, my mind does not rest, and the true statement is, I listen to my higher self. Look at each story that repeats itself in your mind as a stranger would. Ask yourself, is this true? So it's interesting, we have this message, and your very first card was talking about freeing yourself from old ways of thinking. The word paradigm shift is coming to my mind, and I will be honest that I'm not 100% sure I know what that word means, but I do think that this group, you are going through a change so intense that it really does feel like a reality shift. Or it feels like you have shifted timelines or something, because anything that was weighing you down, anything that was worrying you, it's just completely removed. And I really think this freedom is both in your external life as well as like mental freedom. You are not held down by negative thoughts and worries and fears anymore. And the fact that you feel this free and you feel this light and you feel like you can do whatever you want, that is also safety. That's a sign that you feel safe, that you feel comfortable. And I feel emotional as I'm relaying this message, like you are safe now. You're out of the darkness, you're out of the difficult situation. You are safe now. Like you don't have to have this thing hanging over your head anymore, or you don't have to undergo that kind of treatment anymore. You don't have to keep showing up for the things you dread anymore. Like you're safe you are safe and you are free. And I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I think your spiritual team really, really, really wants you to know this and feel this and celebrate this. Yeah, old ways of thinking are definitely out the window. Even with like, you know, judgment, this is the judgment card, number 20, and death card, number 13. So transformation, evolution, stepping up to a higher version of yourself. This is giving spiritual awakening vibes as well. So let's take a look at our Moonology cards and see what else we have for you. We have nothing will come of this situation with the void of course moon. And we have expect powerful change. What a transition. Every group so far, like I've been pulling 2 Moonology cards for each group, and for every group it's been full moon, new moon. Like a full moon first and then a new moon. Very interesting. So you're getting unstuck as well, because this void of course moon, it's like nothing's gonna come of this. You're stuck here, you're isolated, there's nothing you can do to change the situation, and now this powerful change is being ushered in. So in the month of September, an area of your life where you have felt like stuck or stagnant or held back in some way is suddenly going to be changing. Or maybe this is all areas of your life if you've just been feeling stuck in general. But for those of you who have like a specific thing, for example, I just can't seem to find love. I just can't seem to find the right partner. I just can't seem to feel confident. I just can't seem to accept myself. Wherever you have felt really stuck, I feel like you're making really big leaps and bounds in that very area of your life in the month of September. And again, it almost feels like there is some magic that is being worked in your life. Like there is some timeline jump that we are doing, because this is pretty conclusive. Like, nope, nothing's gonna come of this. Not a chance. Like, that's it. And then all of a sudden it's changing. Yeah. You're manifesting a really, really powerful shift in your reality where there were once closed doors, they're now wide open. Where there was once no progress, no hope, suddenly things are moving. And yes, it does feel sudden. Wow. This is very exciting, group number 3. So let's take a look at our tea leaf cards as well. This is just going to be any other specific events that you should know about, anything else for you to keep in mind this month. We actually do have a month of the year here, and it is the month of July. So a July born person could be significant, or someone you met in the month of July. A situation that started in July could be wrapping up in this coming month of September, or something starting in this month could be wrapping up next July, or you could be making plans that will happen in July. For example, maybe you're planning a trip, planning a vacation that you will go on next July, or an opportunity that you will accept next July. But yeah, month of July is significant for this group. We also have the star, which even as a tarot card, the star is like a bright future, optimism and hope for the future. And the star is also a wish coming true, especially a wish that once felt impossible or just very far away, that just felt too good to be true. This is a month of wishes suddenly coming true, and your fate changing, and the future is starting to look bright, and we have the message guaranteed success. So maybe you're getting good news about something that will happen in July, or you're getting good news about something that happened last July. I'm sorry, I feel like I made that confusing. Then we have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Maybe you are missing a July born person, or this success will bring changes to your life, and then there will be kind of a bittersweet feeling where we're happy to be in our new situation and we definitely don't want to go back. Like, there's not a feeling of wanting to go back, but we still are kind of grieving what we once had. So like an easy example of this is someone who started their dream job and they're really, really happy and excited about it. But then they're like, yeah, you know, I kind of miss my old coworkers. I kind of miss my old office. Like I do miss it sometimes, but I definitely don't want to go back to my old job. I'm super happy to be here. And we often see this kind of bittersweet energy in any sort of major transition. So I think that it makes sense. And I think as long as we allow ourselves space to feel the conflicting emotions, and just remember that, you know, humans are like that. We hold multiple emotions at once, and sometimes they can be conflicting, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think humans are perfectly capable of being contradictory like that. We're not black and white. And so just giving yourself permission to feel everything and giving yourself time, it's the best thing to do. And it's kind of the only thing we can do, because we're moving forward. Like, we're moving into this bright future. Okay, so we're going to get into the specific areas of your life now. As you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and finally your spiritual and personal growth. So let's take a look at your cards for love and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the Five of Swords. For your oracle card, we have ideation. Five of Swords, an Aquarius person could be significant, or somebody who has Venus in Aquarius. Or this energy could be symbolic that there is a need to be objective in our relationships and detach a little bit from our emotions. Number 5 is about change, and we've definitely seen that you are going through a huge change in the month of September. Now, I think for you guys, this change has been a long time coming. It is happening suddenly, but some people in your life, you know, you might get hit with that. You've changed. Like, what happened? I missed the old group 3. You might get hit with a little bit of that, which is, I even get annoyed when I see other people receive those comments. So receiving them yourself, I feel like it can definitely be frustrating, because it's like, hell yeah, I changed. I'm much happier now. I'm living more freely now. I'm living more authentically now. Like, I should freaking hope that I'm changing and evolving in my life. Like, what do you mean? I'm sorry you prefer the old version of me, but that's not my problem. So you might be dealing with a little bit of that from some people in your life, or this could also be indicating that as you evolve, as you awaken, you may stop resonating with some people in your life. I just saw, I think it was Behati Life who shared this tweet on her Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And she said, the person who originally made the tweet said something to the effect of, as you continue to do your inner work, you will have to distance yourself from those who are not, because you'll have done all of this inner work on yourself, but then you keep getting faced over and over again with all of the work that others are not doing. It was a lot more nicely worded in the tweet, but it's basically, you're becoming new. You're becoming a new version, and staying around people who are not evolving, even though you're moving on to this fresh new energy, it's like you'll keep getting faced with that stagnant energy. Or even you'll keep getting faced with that more, I actually want to say more immature energy. So that could be the case for some of you. And you know, the Five of Swords, at its core, it is about disagreements and conflict. And sorry if you can hear running water, someone's using water upstairs. Ideation, it's like our way of thinking, our ideas, our vision. So your visions are disagreeing with other people. Your ideals, your values are at a conflict with other people in your life. And I do think that this is a result of you evolving, you growing, you awakening. So you and some other people in your life, it could be that you're growing and they're just staying exactly here. Or maybe you're growing in different directions. But yeah, I do feel like this evolution that you're going through, it is gonna call you to re-examine some of your relationships. And we do have this like heartache over what you no longer have. I don't know if you've ever had this experience of just like growing apart from a friend because you just went in different directions in your life. And it is sad, you know, like we're not the versions of ourselves that we used to be. And honestly, maybe that's what people are talking about when they say like, I miss the old you, but you can't stop people from evolving. And I think that we have to, you know, simultaneously treasure the old memories and also be happy for the person that they're growing and changing. To say like, you've changed, and it's like, you're basically implying that people shouldn't be growing and people shouldn't be finding their path. So anyway, why was I talking about that? Oh, I guess because I understand why people might feel compelled to say those things, but it's not helpful. And you should not feel pressure to stay the same, like just to make someone else comfortable or just to preserve a connection that deep down you have outgrown. So I think that's what this is talking about. Now, let's take a look at your cards for career and studies. For your tarot card, we have Justice. Ooh, and for your oracle card, we have Growth. Very nice. Definitely love to see this in a career reading. So we do have growth happening for you. Perhaps there is some financial growth occurring with this green color. And with Justice here, this can talk about new beneficial partnerships. So like a new job, a new business partner, a new like favorable contract. But I also think that justice is being served to you. So this growth that you're going through in your career, this is showing that it's well deserved, because justice, I mean, obviously it's about being fair, but it's about balance too. What you are getting out is exactly what you put in. You earned this growth. You earned this success. It only makes sense that it would be awarded to you. You deserve it. So those of you who chose this group, it's very likely that you'll be experiencing like a raise, a pay raise in the month of September, or a promotion, which I think would also lead to a pay raise. So like an increase in your position, an increase in your income. If you're a student, you could be receiving a scholarship or a special award or a special opportunity. And again, you earned it because of your excellent performance. So this is really just like your performance is being rewarded in the month of September. Like you're reaping the results of your hard work. And I'm also just thinking back to that very, very specific message about legal issues clearing up in your favor. Justice can also talk about that. So for those of you who did resonate with that message, it's like the truth is coming out. The integrity of your character is being proven, because justice is also about integrity and doing the right thing. And this will lead to advancement in your career. It will lead to improvement of your reputation as well. Awesome. We do have some Libra energy here, and it's interesting too, like all three groups had lots of air energy. because like this is air sign, this is air sign. Is everyone an air sign? Or like everyone is dealing with air signs in the month of September? I'm not sure. But there was also like everyone got the same phases of the moon. The collective is collecting today. Okay, so finally we are gonna look at your cards for spiritual and personal growth. Oh, we have the sun, and this is really just all about being happy, being free, being light-hearted, carefree, playful. Yeah, just freeing yourself from burdens. And I'm hearing like dead weight, like you're freeing yourself from that. And we also have happiness. So this is basically the same message repeated twice. Happiness and happiness. We also have some Leo energy here with the sun. And what was I gonna say? Oh, yes. I really think, like, yes, your external circumstances are shifting in such a way that you will be very happy, but I really think for this group, what you are mastering in this stage of your spiritual and personal growth is like the commitment to happiness or the choice to be happy. And I don't mean to say happiness is a choice as in like, oh, you're struggling, well, just choose to be happy then. I don't mean it like that, but I think what I want to say is there's never a perfect moment to be happy. Like, you don't have to wait for everything to line up in your life for you to start being happy. And I think the curse of humans is that we often go like, okay, I'll finally be happy once this thing happens, once that thing happens. And yes, I'm not going to deny that our external circumstances are important to our happiness, but sometimes we get in this energy where we keep placing our happiness in the next thing and then the next thing, or I just need this to come together, I just need this to line up, I just need to reach this goal. And I think you're just reaching this place in the month of September where you're like, there's a lot of good things going on for me right now, and there's also some things that are like this energy, for example. There's also some things that are not so great, that are uncomfortable, that are not going perfectly yet. But now is as perfect a moment as any to just be happy and be satisfied and grateful for what I have, and to just be content. Yeah, the message is really that there's never going to be a perfect moment where like everything's great now, you're all in the clear, now you can start being happy. I think you're maybe realizing life is short and every day is an opportunity to feel this joy that you can tap into at any time, because this is really just connecting to spirit, connecting to our source energy. To connect to that is to be joyful, because that energy is joy. It's like the purest expression of joy and love. And realizing that whatever you may be going through externally, that source of joy is always there and it's always waiting for you. And no matter how long you have been away from it, it will always welcome you back. No questions asked. You can always come back to this source. We may not always be in it because life happens, but just knowing that it's always there waiting for you, I feel like that will be a very comforting truth for you guys. That's lovely. Like, your growth journey is just all about happiness. It's just all about being happy. The sun can also talk about reconnecting to your inner child. Perhaps you're healing your inner child, freeing yourself from a childhood wound, or just reconnecting to the things that once made you happy and allowing yourself to play again and just to be carefree and just to do things for the sake of pleasure. And the sun can also be about tapping into your creative gifts. So just letting yourself be creative, letting yourself be expressive, and enjoying that process, and recognizing that it doesn't have to amount to anything. It doesn't have to make you money. It doesn't have to be productive. It doesn't have to make sense or do something for others. It can just be your own unique expression of joy and pleasure in that moment, and that is valuable enough. Embodying that, I think, is a stage of your spiritual and personal growth. And I think being in this energy of joy, or being in this creative energy, will also open you up to messages from the divine and from your higher self. And the sun is just such a beautiful symbol for this group, because I really think you have been through a long night in your life, and this month is all about the sun rising. So, and even like the snowy quartz, the snow quartz that you guys chose, you know, snow is like a completely fresh start, a completely clean slate, like just a pure blanket that covers everything and makes it pristine and new again. So there's just lots of symbolism in this group about like a brand new day, a clean slate, a fresh start, a bright future. We're no longer burdened by the heaviness of our past or the pain of our past. Yeah. Okay, I think those are all the messages now, group number 3s. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch dozens of exclusive timeless readings and also choose the topics for future readings. I'm going to link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song, and I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And then finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. So all that's going to be linked down below. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I'm really, really grateful to have you here. Group number 3, I'm sending lots of love to you, to your higher self, to the beautiful Mother Mary who has appeared in your reading, and also to anyone who is playing a role in your month of September. I'm also sending love to your spiritual team, your guides, all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.